Deep in the dense jungles of the Alta Verapaz region in Guatemala, there is a sprawling network of limestone caves that local guides refuse to enter. They say the darkness inside doesn't just lack light, it consumes it. For centuries, these subterranean labyrinths have been considered sacred, but not to gods of harvest or rain. They belong to something much older, something that waits for the sun to die. In ancient Mayan texts, this entity was recorded as the Camazotz, a terrifying deity of night, death, and sacrifice. The ancient codices describe a towering figure, humanoid in shape, but bearing the massive leathery wings and grotesque leaf-nosed face of a vampire bat. It was said to wield a rigid blade capable of decapitating a man in a single swift motion, demanding constant blood to appease its hunger. Modern scholars confidently classify the Camazotz as a myth, an exaggerated cultural memory of a now extinct species of giant bat. But myths don't leave deep, parallel gouges in solid rock. The unease usually begins with the silence. The jungle, normally deafening with the roar of insects, suddenly goes dead quiet. Then comes the smell, not the damp scent of the rainforest, but the sharp, sickeningly metallic tang of copper, fresh blood. Farmers on the edge of the jungle have reported finding their livestock decimated in the morning, not torn apart by jaguars, but completely drained, left as hollow husks with twin puncture wounds the size of railroad spikes driven into the base of their necks. The true horror, however, lies in the classified records of a 1998 geological survey deep in the Lanquin Caves. A team of 4 experienced researchers descended to map a newly discovered cavern system. On their second night, radio transmissions grew increasingly frantic. The lead geologist reported hearing a sound that defied logic. The heavy, rhythmic snap of massive, leathery wings, far too large to belong to any known creature, echoing relentlessly through the pitch-black tunnels. The next morning, the local base camp received one final transmission. It was just raw human screaming, drowned out by a deafening, high-pitched screech that shattered the radio receiver. When a heavily armed rescue team breached the lower chambers a week later, they found no bodies. What they did find was far more disturbing. The expedition's heavy-duty climbing ropes hadn't snapped under tension. They had been sheared clean through as if cut by a massive razor-sharp blade. And high above, on the cavern ceiling, clustered around a natural chimney leading to the surface, were hundreds of massive clawed footprints dug directly into the stone. The cave system was permanently sealed shortly after, officially due to structural instability. But the locals still double-lock their doors when the sun goes down. They know that stone walls mean nothing to the masters of the night. Because the next time you find yourself alone in the dark and you feel the sudden rush of air displacement from above, don't bother looking up. By the time you see the wings, the dark has already claimed you.